This is John for Johnny'sBeat.com. I'm at Resistance Pro, Mob Rules. I got Simply Sexy, Shawn Blaze. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Let me ask you, how and why are you Simply Sexy?
That name was given to me by one of my friends, Shane Taylor, who's now in Texas, working for the NWA in Texas. He just was like, originally it was a Hot Shot or something. A promoter gave it to me and I hated the name. It was terrible. And he was like, why don't you use Simply Sexy? And I was like, I like it. And from there, it stuck. Like, I just used it, and I haven't stopped using it in 13 years. So.
Well, it works well for you. How did you get started in the business?
That's a great story. I was about 13 years old, and me and a couple of my buddies were backyarders. So we were actually driving around and looking for, we saw a gym and we stopped, and it actually had a wrestling ring in it. And that's where I met the owner of Mega Championship Wrestling out in Elyria, Ohio. And that's how I met him, and everything from there is history. I started training when I was real young. I couldn't do anything for the first 2 years. I think I was 16 by the time I started training. And in the state of Ohio, you're not allowed to do anything until you're 18 years old.
Okay.
So that's exactly what I did. I trained for 2 years, and I think it was like 6 months after I turned 18, I had my first match, and that was it. And
going strong ever since.
Yeah, 13 years later.
So you followed wrestling as a kid, I assume?
Yeah.
Who were your guys?
Michaels, Taker, and British Bulldog.
That's not a bad threesome there, my friend.
That was the guys that I watched. When Michaels turned on Jannetty was when I was like, I want to do that. I want to beat up my best friend for no reason at all.
Put him through a window?
Right. I want to put my friends through windows.
Yeah, why not, man? Now, if you could have a dream match with anybody, would it be one of those guys, or is it someone else?
Definitely Michaels. Just how he works. He tells a story. It's a lost art, is telling a story. A lot of guys now are just 100 miles an hour, spot. I like to tell a story.
So you're kind of old school.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, so for the fans that don't know you, what could they expect from you in the ring?
I like to entertain. There's differences. There's wrestlers and then there's entertainers. I'm more of an entertainer. I like to make the crowd go, ooh, that was awesome, or feel my emotion that I'm feeling at the time. If I'm in pain, I want them to see that I'm in pain. That's what you can expect, like a story. Oh yeah. And, I mean, I can work, I can wrestle, if you will. I just think telling a story is more important than anything else.
And what's been the highlight for you in your career?
I got to work Marty Jannetty.
No kidding?
Yeah, that was probably one of the highest moments in my life, because Jannetty has bad ankles, really down-to-earth guy. I asked him if he still did the fist drop, which he goes, you know, my ankles are bad, but for you I will. And he gave me that as the finish, and it was like, I watched him, I remember laying there going, this is awesome. He's going to punch me right in the face, but this is awesome. And that's what he did.
That's a cool story.
Yeah.
Now, what are your first impressions of our pro?
There's a lot of talented guys here. A lot of different talented guys. In Ohio, you see a lot of the same guys on the same shows. Here, this is a completely different atmosphere for me. So it's like I'm starting at the very bottom, and I got to work myself up to the top.
All right, man. Well, we're going to follow you all the way to the top.
I hope so.
Where can fans follow you online? Any place?
I have a Facebook. Just search Shawn Blaze to see my ugly mug. Twitter. I have a Twitter. I think I have an Instagram. I'm not sure.
Well, I searched you and I found you. And if I could find you online, the fans can find you.
Enough.
Or better yet, come to our pro show and check in person, man.
Even better.
Thanks for your time, bud.
Thank you.